linguistics at uni, which if you don't know what that is, it's like ancient languages and literature, and it means that I work in a cafe. It also means I'm sort of the unwilling target audience for a lot of Boris Johnson's weirder metaphors. He's like, we must cut through the Brexit deal like Alexander cutting the Gordian knot, and like, I get it, but I wish someone would cut me in half instead. If you don't get the Gordian knot reference, I won't be explaining it, because nobody does a classics degree to get rid of a superiority complex. But I hate that it gets such a bad rap, like elitist, discriminatory, all of that, because it is my favourite subject. Best thing about it, obviously, the misogyny. Because the thing with really ancient misogyny is it's so wildly batshit you kind of can't be mad at it. Like, you read some text where the author's like, women can't get on boats because their eyes will fall out. And like, maybe, I don't know. You're the expert. The best example of this, though, is there's an ancient Greek poet who is famous for one poem he wrote, which is called Types of Women. And it's about how there are 10 types of women in the world, and only one of them is good, and most of them are like animals. It's classic stuff. I'll take you through it now. So the first type of woman is like a pig, because she's dirty and disgusting. That one never really gets much of a laugh. Which I think is great for like feminism, but very bad for me as a comedian. So the first type of woman is like a pig. The second type of woman is like a dog. And the poet's like, what a bitch, always yapping, won't shut up. And I've got to say, like, top marks for timelessness. Like, this guy was writing nearly 3,000 years ago. I got called a bitch on the way here. Third type of woman, he goes a little bit rogue. Sir, if you had to insult a woman right now, what animal would you go for?
I don't want to do this.
You're not going to do that wise response. Anyway, correct, it's a weasel. And the weasel woman is bad because she's absolutely sex mad. Like, she's ready for sex at all times, presumably not with the author of this piece, though. And then he sort of runs out of steam. He's like, oh, the next type of woman is disgusting, like an ape. And it's like, all right, but the ape woman and the pig woman could be one woman. There's like a horse and a donkey as well, like pretty similar. Like, I'm thinking of him here. Like, bearing in mind he's got to chisel this into marble. I'm trying to save his wrist energy. He's probably going to need it later. So we move on through the poem, and finally we get to the last woman, and I'm sure you're all on pins. You're like, who is she? This elusive best woman. And he's like, the best woman, nay, the only good woman, although not nay, because that one's bad too. It's like a bee. Thank you. Like, seriously, if you read the poem, he's kind of just like, oh, she keeps a good house and raises polite children. Like, there's nothing bee specific in that. He needs to be specific, if anything. And I just don't think that's something I can live up to. Like, sometimes if I can't be bothered having a shower, I'll just put hand sanitizer on my armpits. Like, I'm the pig woman. I kind of like it though. I think we should make like a new shit zodiac out of it. Because the zodiac as it stands doesn't give you enough negative traits. Like, horoscopes, they give you too many positive traits, and they should give you more negatives, because no one is all green flags. I'm going to say now, least of all people who are really into horoscopes. And that is a very, very risky thing for me to say, because do you know how small your dating pool is if you're a woman who's into women but not astrology? Like, my star sign isn't Virgo, but it might as well be. It's the only queer woman stereotype I can't get behind. Like, all of the others I love. I love cats. I love Doc Martens, I love every girl who's ever been nice to me, like, all of the stereotypes, just not that one. Like, my sister's really into astrology, and she's a Sagittarius, so I looked up some Sagittarius traits, and it was like, Sagittariuses are creative. I was like, yeah, that tracks. She's a dancer, she's very good at it. They are great friends. Again, yeah, she's got more friends than I think I've met people. And they're assertive and unafraid to speak their mind. And like, once, I got her toothbrush wet by accident and she told me I would never be loved. Like, sometimes a flaw is just a flaw. That's me. This has been lovely. Thank you very much.